Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 5. We are on episode 5 of EE here. Last time, Princess Erlin came to school. We met Kira. Not too many developments. You know, things happened, but they didn't develop, you know what I mean? But I'm hoping for a little more development this episode. Let's just hop right into things. I wake up feeling alert and refreshed. I got to sleep in a little more than usual, and it has made all the difference. After getting ready and finishing breakfast, Mina and I head to the bakery. It's a beautiful day, so the walk to work is fast and smooth. I hope my shift ends on time. I haven't forgotten that I'm meeting Kira at the shrine afterwards. Once we arrive, Mina and I throw on our aprons. It's a beautiful looking bakery. Quite the hoppin' spot it looks like. Sunlight filters in through the bakery's windows, highlighting the display cases filled with sweet treats. The fresh scent of bread and sugar mingles in the air, giving the place a warm and homey feeling. Aunt Tamiko finishes up the transaction with the customer before ushering us over.
I'm so glad you're both here.
She pulls Mina to the cash register.
Sweetie, can you please take over the register?
Mina nods and helps the next person in line. Aunt Tamiko hands me a tray.
Here is the latest batch of bread. Can you put them out on display for me, honey?
Oh, she calls us honey. Of course, Aunt Tamiko.
Thank you, dear. If you need me, I'll be in the back with your uncle working on a catering order.
Interesting. As she disappears into the kitchen, I set to work. The store is bustling with hungry customers all morning. The bread flies off the shelves faster than I can restock them. Eventually, the rush dies down. As the last customer leaves, Mina lets out a deep breath and sits at one of the tables.
Phew, it's finally slowing down.
The outfit caught me off guard. This is definitely not the school uniform we're used to. Is it like a Freemason hat? Okay, I guess she's a cultist or something. Not a cult. I don't even know what the Freemasons are. And her pendant too. Weird. Yeah, that last rush was crazy. She slumps against the table, looking exhausted.
I just want one moment to myself.
The bell dings above the door. I look over and see a young man enter the shop. He looks slightly older. Already need a water break, only a couple minutes in. I'll tell you what, stay hydrated, my friends. Makes speaking a lot easier. He looks slightly older than us. There we go. Maybe he's a high school senior. Mina's eyes widen. Her back straightens upright. I stifle a laugh. I thought you said you wanted a moment to rest and do nothing. Her cheeks flush.
Shush!
The boy stuffs his hands into his pockets as he checks out the display case. Mina lets out a soft, almost dreamy sigh. Okay, so she wants some of that older man action. Alright. Step in and take his order. Cat got your tongue. Do a little tease action. My mouth lifts into a half smile. Like what you see, Mina? She snaps out of her daydream.
What are you talking about?
Come on. You're clearly interested in that guy.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I give an innocent shrug. In that case, I guess I'll go take his order.
No!
Mina zips to the counter, startling the customer. She flashes him a bright smile.
Hello! Don't worry, I'm here to help you.
Attractive senpai. He shuffles in place, looking confused. Gradually, it dawns on Mina that he never asked for help in the first place. Her face goes red.
I mean, do you need help?
He flashes her an easy smile, which makes Mina flush even brighter.
I've never been to this place before. Can you tell me about your hot cross bun options?
Is that Chip Skylark? That sprite has to be modeled after Chip Skylark. Whoever's editing this video, you put that picture up there. That's me, by the way. That's a reminder to myself.
Oh, of course.
She clears her throat.
As you can see, you have some hot buns.
Oh my. The boy blinks.
What?
She sputters.
Wait, I mean, your buns are fresh. Not your buns, my buns. Wait, no, mine. Mine from the store!
Concern settles over her face. His face.
On second thought, maybe something else. Do you have any bread rolls?
Mina nods.
Yes, role play is very important here at the bakery.
My goodness.
Role play?
Yes.
Her eyes widen.
Just rolls? I mean bread rolls!
A breathless, strained laugh pops out of him. He looks around for something else to order.
Maybe I'll just go with a slice of pie.
Of course. Do you want a cream pie?
Oh man. Mina quickly catches herself and her face turns bright red.
I mean, a cream pie! Like, do you want a slice of a pie that happens to contain cream filling? 'Cause it's called a cream pie.
He blinks, then nods.
That sounds just fine.
Dang, imagine just meeting someone and they just tell you to cream pie. My goodness. She looks relieved.
No problem. Just 1 second, please.
Mina prepares his order and then disappears into the back. That's strange. The pastries are ready to go, so I'm not sure why she's back there. She returns a moment later to ring him up. After he pays, she hands him the bag.
Thanks.
He tries to take it from her, but Mina doesn't let go. She seems lost in a trance, staring into his eyes. He gives the bag a little tug. She snaps out of it.
Oh, sorry. Enjoy your dessert.
He gives her another odd look and sits at one of the tables. When he's out of earshot, Mina lets out a low groan. She deflates against the counter. Don't worry, I like buns too. That was pretty bad. There is no sugarcoating this. Water is wet, grass is green, Mina can't flirt. Some would debate about the water being wet, which I'm definitely on the side of it being wet, but others have different opinions, but I just thought I'd put that out there. That was a disaster. Mina huffs and crosses her arms.
Oh, come on. It could have been worse.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Mina gives me a pointed look. Suddenly she's smirking. Wait, I'm confused. Didn't that just go really badly? Why do you look so smug? Mina grins and puts her hands on her hips.
Because, dear cousin, I am smoother than you think.
I arch an eyebrow. Did we not just witness the same thing? She lifts up her chin and pins me with a confident stare.
Nope. Because when I was in the back, I wrote my number on the pie and frosting.
She looks over to see that he's already eaten half the pie, crumbs sprinkling onto the plate as he takes another bite. Most of her number has already disappeared. Mina's face pinches in horror.
No!
She reaches out as if she can stop it, but it's too late. The deed has been done.
My number!
Her body slumps over with shame.
World, why?
I laugh and pat her on the back. It's alright, Mina. Better luck next time. She groans. When the boy is done eating, he waves at us.
Thanks for the pie. It was delicious.
Mina waves back wearing a strained smile. The ding on the door announces his exit. Once he's out of sight, she hides her face in her hands, crestfallen and defeated. I pat her on the back. There. On the plus side, work is almost over. She perks up.
That's true. And my friend and I have plans tonight.
See? It's not all bad.
Yeah, you're right. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into another cute guy.
Just don't offer him any more cream pies. Mina playfully shoves me, but the smile has returned to her face. And Tamiko pops into the store.
Hey guys, can one of you help us out back here with the dishes?
Of course. I turn to Mina and flash her a grin. Mina would love to do fuck that up. Mina would love to do the dishes. Her eyes sparkle as her mouth lifts into a smirk.
Oh no, cuz. You can do it since I know how much you love doing dishes.
That's a callback to last episode. What are you talking about? When did I say that? She hums and taps her chin.
I seem to remember you appreciating the artistry of cups and the durability of bowls.
Wait a minute. That's not the same thing. I was being a supportive friend. She flashes me a grin.
As a matter of fact, since you appreciate them so much, you can do all of them.
What? Aunt Tamiko beams.
Perfect. We appreciate the help.
Damn. Is... Oh no, the first typo of the game. I found it. It was going so well. Every visual novel I played, there's usually like a typo 1 or 2 episodes in, but 5 episodes in? That's not bad. They definitely proofread this a couple times. Let's try to fix the sentence. Damn. If this is what I get for hype, is this? So this is just extra here. Let's cross this out in red ink. Damn. Is this what I get for hyping up a friend in need? There we go. I shake my head. Well, there's no use complaining about it. I'll be there in a second, Aunt Tamiko. She nods, then faces Mina's smug grin.
Don't think you're off the hook, Missy. We need help with that big catering order, so in you come too.
Aw, okay.
The two of them disappear into the kitchen. I pull out my phone and text Kira letting her know that I have to work late. My phone dings with a reply text. Kira agrees to push back our meeting time. Once I'm in the kitchen, I roll up my sleeves and get to work. There's a lot to do, but having my aunt and uncle to talk to makes it go by faster. The rest of the workday goes by smoothly. When we're finally done, Mina and I hurry home. I am running late by the time we arrive at the house. The first thing I do is claim the shower. There are worse things to smell like than freshly baked bread, but I don't need to make people hungry whenever I walk past. Ahem, I think it's time for a drink break, and I recommend you all take a little sip of your beverage right now. Excellent, refreshing, rejuvenating. Ahem, after getting dressed, I'm ready to meet Kira at the shrine. As I pass by Erlen's room, I wonder if I should let her know I'm leaving. Her door is currently closed, but the information we hope to find directly affects her. Should I disturb her? Ask through the door, let's knock, leave her be. I think knocking before talking would probably be better. Remembering how rudely she woke me up yesterday, I decide to just knock. Gathering my fist, I rap twice on the door. There's no response. Is she asleep? I knock once more. Still no response. It's probably better that she doesn't join us anyway. Grabbing my things, I head out of the house and make my way to the shrine. The walk over feels longer than usual. My breath comes in a gasp as I pick up the pace. Back at the good old shrine. Finally, I see the familiar gates. Kira stands in front of them and greets me as I approach.
Hello.
She's looking kind of cute. Kind of cute in her outside of school attire. Hey, sorry I'm late. I hope you haven't been waiting long. She shakes her head. This is the first time I've seen her out of her school uniform. I must be staring a bit too long because she breaks the silence.
Is something wrong?
You look great. Are you a model? Nothing at all. It is kind of forward. We're gonna play it smooth, you know? Nothing. It's just an outfit. There's no need to make a big deal out of it. I shake my head. No. Should we head in? Kira nods. We go through the gates and enter the shrine grounds. There are a good number of people wandering about. Families crowd the main hall, wishing for blessings of health and good fortune. Many couples gaze lovingly at each other as they wish for happiness, and even more single people look wistfully around the shrine, holding amulets of love. I wonder where we should start. Do you remember where you saw that thing in the sky? Kira looks up, shielding her eyes from the sun.
It was right above where Erlen landed on you. About there.
She points to a spot in the air. I glance up at the sky. It's clear today without a cloud in sight. I don't see anything abnormal.
Neither do I. It's not like it was the other night.
Our best bet is still to find the old woman then. I give Kira a description of what I remember. Scanning the crowd, I look for a familiar face of that mysterious old lady. The crowd of people is too thick for me to spot. Kira takes a curious, cursory glance around her too. And this is a tough episode for reading. We'll never find her this way. Maybe we should ask around to see if anyone seen her. Man. She nods.
If we split up, we'll cover more ground.
Yeah. We agreed to meet back here, and Kira disappears into the crowd. I look around again, wondering who I should approach. I ask the really happy-looking guy. All old people know each other. Find someone who works here. I mean, since the old lady said she works here, this seems like the best idea. Number 4 is just never mind. Just like fuck right off with it. Don't even play the objective. This one seems to make the most sense. My best chance of finding this old woman is to ask someone who also spends a lot of time at the shrine. There were a few groundskeepers sweeping the steps the night that I met her. That is not grammatically correct, I don't think. There are a few more working here today. Man, 2 typos. I can't read today. This is a crazy episode, am I right? Crazy enough to smack that like button. Recognizing their uniform, I approach the nearest groundskeeper. I can't tell if he's the same one from that night or not. Excuse me, do you happen to know if there's an old woman who frequents the shrine? The man looks at me, rubbing his chin.
You're going to have to be more specific than that. The elderly are always visiting the shrine.
She has short, gray hair. I try to remember what she looks like, but there isn't anything specifically identifying about her. She likes to talk about something called Ethereal Energy and encourages people to make wishes at the shrine. The groundskeeper frowns.
Ethereal Energy. Listen, young man, I haven't got time for pranks. If you don't actually need anything, then please excuse me.
He thinks I'm making things up, not that I can blame him. Sorry for bothering you. Thank you anyway. I leave him be. Okay, the happy-looking guy, all the old people know each other, right? Or never mind. I'm guessing never mind's gonna be the last one we pick. Let's go happy-looking guy. I see a guy about my age with a big smile on his face. He's clutching an amulet and mouthing thank you to the sky. That looks like the face of someone whose wish was granted. I approach him. Excuse me. He turns to me.
What they say about the shrine is real. If you make an offering, your prayer may just be answered.
My heart does a little flip. That sounds familiar. Where did you hear that?
Oh, from someone here. And they were right. I prayed for love, and I just got a text from the cute girl I work with. It can't be a coincidence.
Must be nice. He heard that from someone at the shrine. That's great, but back to who told you. Was it an old woman with short gray hair?
No, I don't think so. On second thought, I might have read it off a plaque. But that's not important. I have a date to plan.
He rushes off before I can speak. I clicked too fast on that. Can I scroll back? Oh, I can. He rushes off before I can ask more. Well, that went nowhere. Okay, at least we have the chat log here. That's good to know. Well, that went nowhere. Okay, I guess this one. It takes one to know one. Besides, if I were an old lady, who would my friends be? Probably other old ladies. I approach a woman who waits patiently outside of the offering hall. Excuse me. She jumps at my voice.
Oh, young man, are you lost?
That is a very stereotypical old lady voice. Her eyes are full of concern. No. I'm actually looking for someone and wondered if you'd seen her. She's an old woman, about your height, with gray hair.
Is that your grandmother? Have you been separated from your family?
I try to think of more details. No, she's someone who's very enthusiastic about something called Ethereal Energy.
What? Esther's family? Hold on.
She calls out to another elderly woman standing around the amulet booth.
Esther! This young man says you're his grandmother.
No, actually,
What, dear?
the woman cups her hands around her mouth and shouts again.
This young man says you're his grandmother.
What?
While they're distracted, I quietly slip away. That didn't go the way I expected. It's clear that nobody knows who I'm talking about. Disheartened, I return to the meetup point. It hadn't struck me just how fruitless this endeavor was until I started asking around. I wonder what would happen if we just clicked never mind at the first option. I guess we'll never know. Realistically, with no name or anything to go off of, what were the chances that we'd find this woman anyway? I don't have to wait long before Kira returns. A sliver of hope stirs in my chest and my cock. Any leads? She shakes her head, squashing that tiny ray of hope.
You?
I shake my head too, and let out a sigh as I sit on the stone bench. Asking the locals was a long shot anyway. Kira sits beside me, and wordlessly hands me a bottle of water. Oh my gosh. Not only is she sitting next to us, but she cares about our hydration habits. Speaking of which, take a drink now. Man, I'm just saying, Erin never offered us a bottle of water, so that's +1 to Kira right now. Oh, thanks. Where'd you get this?
Over there.
She points to the other side of the hall where a small refreshment stand offers drinks, then holds up a second bottle for herself. Offer to pay her back? Yeah, I mean, I think it's the right thing to do. How much was it? I can pay you back. She shakes her head. Oh yeah, isn't she from a rich family?
Don't worry about it.
She sounds firm in her decision. I don't think she'll accept any money. Alright, but I'll get it next time. Oh, there's a next time. She smiles faintly and nods. I take a sip. I guess now is as good a time as any to take a break. She nods, drinking a sip of water. As I take another drink, I glance at Kira out of the corner of my eye. Her attentiveness just now surprises me. I didn't think she noticed the little things. I still don't have a very good read on her. She likes to keep to herself and remains disconnected at school, so her interest in Erlen's situation is unusual. My thoughts return to the rumors. Is she really an Igarashi? Would it be rude of me to ask? As if sensing my thoughts, Kira turns towards me, meeting my eyes. I may as well ask. I've been wondering something.
About the old woman?
No, about you actually. She remains emotionless, turning back to her water.
What about me?
Are you related to the famous Igarashi conglomerate?
Yes.
Just straight to the point. The change is very subtle, but I notice it. There's a dullness in her eyes and a sharpness in her tone. Huh. I wouldn't have expected a family such as yours to live here in Matsukaze. I thought you'd all live in the city.
They do.
I blink. So, you live here by yourself? She nods, keeping her expression carefully blank. Sounds lonely when she... Man. So this is like saying, oh, such freedom. Like, fuck family. Wish I didn't have one. So this is a no. When should I come over? Maybe she'd take that as a joke, but I don't think we want to take that option. I wouldn't say this either. These are all really shitty options, but this is the least poopy of the three. So we're going. It sounds lonely. That seems like it'd be lonely, especially as someone new in town.
It's something you get used to.
Used to? So you've lived alone before?
I attended boarding school in junior high and lived in the dorms.
I see. At least the dorms had friends who could keep you company. She hesitates.
Right.
Aw. I glance at her. The way she said that didn't sound very convincing. But now you're living entirely on your own.
Like I said, I've gotten used to it.
That doesn't make it any less lonely. Kira fidgets with her water bottle. If it ever gets too lonely, you're welcome to come by. She blinks. My face flushes. I met my family's bakery. Mina and I both work there, so if you ever want to hang out, we're there all the time. She thinks for a second and hides her face before answering.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
She glances my way again.
Do you live with your parents?
I nod. But they travel for work most of the year and are rarely home. Kira looks in front of her.
Rarely home.
Yeah, but they always check in with me, so I hear from them often. And I still have my aunts, uncle, and my cousin, Mina, in the house too, so I don't feel lonely. She blinks.
So you're always surrounded by family?
Yep. Sometimes it can get a little annoying when I want my own space, but that's a small sacrifice to make. I can't even imagine how I would have gotten up for school back in the day if Mina wasn't around to wake me. She goes quiet.
That sounds very nice.
Her voice has a strange, hollow tone to it. She fiddles with the water bottle in her hands. What about your family? What are they like? Kira remains silent, and I wonder if I've offended her. As she is about to answer, a little boy who looks no more than 5 years old races towards us. His cheeks are rosy pink. As he skids to a stop, he sticks a palm out in front of us.
Give me money.
Where's the option to punt this kid across the shrine? Here you go. Is this a mugging? That's rude. Hey, teach him young. That is rude. For a moment, I'm too surprised to speak. Who is this kid demanding money off of strangers? Didn't your mother ever teach you to say please? His eyes widen.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
He flashes a bright, excited grin, exposing a gap in his front teeth.
Give me money, please.
That's a little bit better, but just barely. Kira holds out a coin.
Here.
The little boy's face lights up. I notice Kira's expression soften as he snatches the coin out of her hand.
Thank you, lady. Now I can make a wish.
Ask him what his wish is. Be careful what you wish for in the shrine. You do you. We'll ask him what his wish is. What are you going to wish for? He puts a finger to his lips.
Can't tell you. It's a secret.
It's gonna be meth, isn't it? He races off just as quickly as he arrived. I watch him pause by the offering box. He drops in the coin before clasping his hands together. I glance at Kira. She watches the child squeeze his eyes shut as he makes a wish. I'm surprised you gave him the coin.
It was a small gesture that made him really happy.
I can't help but smile. Kira does have a softer side to her, even if it's not really readily apparent.
Koji!
A breathless woman runs after the boy. When she sees him by the offering box, she pauses, catching her breath. Spotting us, she hurries over.
I'm so very sorry for Koji. Please excuse him for disturbing you.
He was no trouble at all.
You're too kind, but I know he was rude. And I apologize again for that. He's still young and too excitable.
She calls out to her son.
Koji, come here. Let me give you a coin first, and then you can make a wish.
It's okay, Mama. The lady already gave me one.
The mother turns back to Kira with wide eyes, then she bows.
Thank you so much for helping him. Please, let me repay you.
She tries to slip a coin into Kira's hands, but Kira shakes her head, refusing to accept it.
It was my pleasure to help.
Please, this is the least I can do.
The woman urges Kira to accept the coin, but she remains firm.
When I was his age, a kind stranger gave me a coin to make my first wish too. I'm grateful that I could pay it forward, and I'm sure your son will too one day.
The mother nods, her face softening into a smile as she puts the coin away.
You have a good heart. Thank you again. Please, let me know if there's any other way I could repay you.
She looks back at her son, smiling. Affection makes her eyes twinkle.
Koji loves coming to the shrine. I don't quite understand it myself, but I'll keep bringing him here if it makes him happy.
Does that mean you visit often? She nods.
More often than most.
I share a glance with Kira. If this lady visits the shrine often, maybe she'll know other people who hang out around here too. Do you know of an old woman who likes to visit this shrine? She has short, gray hair and likes to encourage people to make wishes. She pauses, thinking, pondering even.
Oh, maybe you're thinking of Miss Tanaka.
Kira and I share a glance. Mrs. Tanaka?
Yes, I've seen her at the shrine pretty often. She reminds Koji to make a wish whenever she sees him. She always says it's the perfect opportunity for it.
My pulse quickens. Could this be the woman we've been searching for? Do you know if she was at the shrine last Thursday?
She may have been. I think she's normally here on Mondays and Thursdays, but I'm not too certain of her schedule.
She was here last Thursday. It must be her. That could be her. Thank you so much. She smiles.
I'm happy to help.
Mama, I'm done.
Koji waves at his mother.
Koji, don't move.
The woman thanks us again before hurrying after her son. I faintly hear her scolding him as she scoops him into her arms. Hope makes my body feel light. Excitement bubbles within me as I turn to Kira. Mrs. Tanaka sounds like our best lead. She nods.
It sounds like she won't be back until Monday, though.
Yeah. Would you want to come back with here? Whoa. I'm mixing all these words. Yeah. Would you want to come back here with me on Monday?
Sure.
Great. We can head here after school. Kira nods again.
Now that we have a lead, I'm going to head out. It's getting late and there are a few things I need to do.
Squinting, I glance at the setting sun. Orange and yellow blazes in the sky. I hadn't realized it gotten so late. Thanks again for coming with me today.
I'm glad we were able to make some progress.
Me too. We make our way out of the shrine together. When we reach the gates, we say our goodbyes and go our separate ways. Drink break time. Fantastic. My mind is racing with thoughts of Mrs. Tanaka as I walk all the way home. When I arrive home, I see Erilyn waiting for me in the living room. As soon as she spots me, she jumps to her feet and rushes to my side.
Finally, you're home!
And since we're finally home, I think we're finally going to end this episode. Oh, what a smooth segue. That was a very eventful episode. You know, we got a little closer with Kira. You know, I thought that was a very good episode. One might even say top 5 so far. So thank you for watching episode 5 of Ethereal Enigma. Go ahead, do me 4 favors. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, help me find a girlfriend. And bye-bye.